All right. I hope you guys are doing well. If you can hear me loud and clear, just let me know in the comment section. First of all, I just want to start by saying that myself and the team, we are genuinely sorry for some, technical difficulties we were having earlier. But of course, the devil is a liar. We have to still do this stream. And I'm super excited about what we're going to be learning today. But I just want to start by just saying, look, wherever that you are right now, however that you are doing, I just really want you to make sure that you settle in. While we're having the technical difficulties, one thing I was just thinking was God really loves someone, because there is somebody who is not supposed to miss this stream. And at the end of the day, we were having some technical difficulties so that you can be able to not miss it. Now, I'm super happy and grateful for what we're going to be talking about today. And it's a conversation that a lot of people genuinely really wants to know. And that is, what is edge? What is psychology? Which one of them is much more important? And we're going to talk about this a lot. This is going to be an amazing conversation. Believe me, you're going to enjoy this conversation today. Beyond just that, you're going to learn a lot. But before we go into today's conversation about talking about which one of them drives trading success, and you are wondering which one of them Cliff is going to choose, and I'm pretty much sure some of you are already thinking that Cliff is definitely going to go with psychology. You will never know. I'm not here to be biased. I'm here to give you guys knowledge. Now, while I was meditating on this exact conversation that we're about to have today, one thing, as I was preparing for this, master class today, I was thinking and I was like, what are my goals and what do I want people to basically learn from this session? Before I even do that, let me just go and check how you guys are doing for a second, so that my team doesn't go like, Cliff, you were not polite today. Let me just go and check how you guys are doing today. Let me just know in the comment section if you are live and you can hear me as well. Just let me know. Let me go say hello to you guys. Drop in the comment as well. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Whether you anywhere in this world, wherever you are, just let me know. Right. Okay. Okay, perfect. Just let me know. Now, sorry for a second, guys. I just realized you guys are telling me, Cliff, we cannot be able to put anything in there. So just give me a second, let us see. Okie dokie. Perfect now. Okay, perfect. So you guys can hear me now, right? Okay, perfect. So just let me know where you're tuning in from. And then let's take, okay, so I see Jackson from Tanzania. Amazing. Who else do we have here? So let me know in the comment section right now where you're tuning in from, and then we'll take it out from there. So we have Jeffrey Ado from Ghana. Amazing. All right, guys. So you can go ahead and tell everybody that we are live currently right now. I'm super excited about what you guys are going to learn. So make sure that you pay attention. Make sure that you don't let anything confuse you and so on and so forth. Okay, guys, enough of the comment section right now. I'm going to go back again. So more coming. We have Orlando in the house. This call is global already. So we have Tanzania, we have Orlando, Florida. We have Michael currently in Germany, and I'm using a friend account now because I'm at the hospital. Oh man, look, I pray that, in the name of Jesus, whatever they are going through, that God will heal you. Okay, so who else do we have there as well? Just let me know. You can drop in a comment. We have Ano from Ghana. Okay, so we have Ghana in the house again. We have Nigeria, investor Adeleke. All right, guys, look, just go ahead and invite anyone that you know that needs to be on this live stream. Super excited. We're going to be learning a lot. But first of all, I genuinely want to say we are sorry. Everything happens for a reason. You know, in this world, you need to train yourself emotionally to understand that not every single thing happens because of you. It happens because it has to happen. What you do with it is what reflects in your life. There is a saying, anytime people ask me, Cliff, when we talk about responsibility, what does that mean? Responsibility is the ability for you to respond. Very important you understand this. So the way you respond to anything that happens to you is your responsibility. So how do I react if we're having technical difficulties? Do we not stream? No, we still find a way to stream because somebody needs to hear this. So today we're talking about something very interesting. And I know whether you are a trader or whether you are not a trader, just listen to me carefully now. My teachings is not teachings that come from ideologies. It comes from convictions. It comes from experience. And before we go into today's lesson, I want to tell you guys something a little bit so that you will understand. Because look, if you don't understand why you need to listen to the information I'm about to talk to you today about, nothing will move you. When I was driving, today, and I was meditating on something, and I was like, you know what is funny? Not every knowledge is powerful, but knowledge at the right time is more powerful. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say I'm born and bred Ghanaian. So let's just put it this way. Let's say I want to cook jollof. That moment, the knowledge I need to make jollof is not content creation or trading knowledge. What I need is how to combine the recipe to make jollof. What am I basically saying? That it's not every knowledge every time is important. You need to know that there are specific type of information you need for specific time in order for that knowledge to be powerful. I'm going to say it again. You need a specific knowledge. Please write it down. Number one, you need a specific. Okay? You need a specific knowledge. Then, that is number one. Number two, when is important. That means the timing of the knowledge is important. Number three, how you apply the knowledge is important. And number four, the resource component part of the information is important. So today, I was asking myself, Cliff, what is your goal for people today on this live stream? Number one, I want to talk about a specific knowledge. Number two, when do you apply this information? Number three, how do you apply this information? And number four, what do you need to expect? In other words, the results. Are you guys with me? I'm going to repeat it again. Number one, specific type of knowledge. Number two, when this knowledge is needed. Number three, how to apply the knowledge. And number four, the expectation of the information that you know. Now, we are talking about edge and trading psychology today. Cliff, which one of them is important? But before we talk about that, I want you to listen to this carefully now. You see, in order for anybody in this world to grow, there is something that you need. If you want to grow in this world, you need, very powerfully, you need light. Cliff, what do you mean you need light? You see, you are where you are because of what you know. Please write it down. You are where you are because of what you know. You see, you may have heard me saying this all the time, that in this world, one thing that you need to understand is that life does not care. Genuinely, listen to me now. I'm teaching now, so please listen to me carefully now. Life does not care about your feelings. Life does not care about your sentiments. Life does not care about what you wish and hope for. Life is a respecter of those who have been able to acquire light. In this context, I want to explain something. I want to tell you a little bit about something that happened to me many years ago. And I want you to listen to this carefully now. So many years ago, just like, everybody else, we all go through series of transformations in life. And I was at a point in my time, in my life, whereby I didn't have much. I'm not even saying I was what a poor broke. That's not the point. I didn't just have much. I didn't have enough to confidently say that I am well to do. So I took a trip. That time I was in Eastern Europe. And I took a trip from my city, which was 12 hours journey using a train, all the way to this city. And I was going to see a friend. And what happened was the friend invited me to administration, in other words, to a gathering of believers. So I went to church. And something very interesting happened. So at that time, the person that was preaching was a woman. And you see, just like perception, in my own opinion, I was like, why do I need to, what exactly is she going to say that is going to change my life? Anyways, so this woman came on the pulpit and she started, what we're going to do right now is we're going to just thank God for what God has done and what he has not done yet. And, the atmosphere was spiritual, everybody is praying in tongues and all of that. And so I just kept on listening to the woman. And she was like, if you thank God for what you don't have yet, you get what you never would have gotten if you didn't thank God. I said, what is she saying? So she said, every single time I'm praying for someone, I don't go, in the name of Jesus be healed. I start by saying, in the name of Jesus, I thank God that you are healed. She kept on saying this profound statement. I was like, So what she said there was Thanksgiving. And you know what? I've heard about Thanksgiving before. I've heard about people saying, be grateful, but what are we talking about here before we talk about edge and psychology here? Light. Please pay attention now. So she spoke about Thanksgiving. That was it. And when she spoke about Thanksgiving, one thing that I realized was a part of my brain was trying to reject what she was saying. That part of the brain that rejects information, even though it may help you, is called your conditioned mind. Please write that down. So every single time that something new is trying to come into your brain, the part of your brain that is conditioned tries to reject it. Cliff, how does it reject it? The conditioned mind can reject an information that can change your life. Number one, by pride. Number two, distraction. Number three, lack of understanding. All of these things. So your conditioned mind can reject pride, can reject information by pride, distraction, lack of understanding, or let's say, for example, you don't need it. So that moment when I was sitting down in the atmosphere, she started talking about Thanksgiving. I said, man, I've heard this before. People just keep on saying, thank God, and your life will change, blah, blah, blah. Then she said one thing. She said, everybody pick up your pen, if you have one, and your book. And I want you to write something down. Write something that you're going to thank God for, and then make sure that you believe it, that you are actually grateful. So I picked up a piece of paper, and that paper, one of these days I'll carry it along to one of these seminars. And I wrote down on the piece of paper, my pockets will not be dry again in Jesus' name. That is all I did. And I took that paper home, and she said, when you go, start thanking God. Now, God, I thank you, my pocket is never dry again. God, I thank you, my pocket is not dry again. Now, I didn't feel like doing it. Okay, why? Because I had a conditioned mind that was rejecting information that could change my life. But there was one part that couldn't also resist, which was I've get to a point in my life that I have no choice but to try something new. You will call that hitting the rock bottom, but it is called the season of your life that something needs to happen to you, if not something else that you don't want could happen to you. So at that moment I was like, you know what, Cliff, I am broke. I don't have money anyways. If what this woman is telling me could change my life, what is wrong with me actually trying it? Does that make sense? So I went home, wrote down every single thing I don't have yet, and I started thanking God for what I don't have yet. Now, something started happening in my life. My life gradually started changing. I started getting led to read certain books I wouldn't have ever read. I started networking with people that I would have never networked with if, at the end of the day, I was thinking about myself. Why did I share this story with you guys? that while you have come on this live stream today, listen to me carefully now. While you have come on this live stream today, my goal is that you receive some certain kind of light. Now, your conditioned mind is either going to analyze what this guy is saying. Your conditioned mind is probably going to be distracted with what is around you. Your conditioned mind is not going to allow yourself to get understanding. But I am praying that whoever that is on this live stream right now, I don't know how many people are on this live stream right now, but I pray that you don't leave this live stream the same way again. When I say light, what do I mean and what should happen to you when you listen to me? I want you to picture this right now for a second. Imagine you have person A. I'm going to draw, but I don't want you to make fun of this. So let's say person A, this is him. He has an amazing eyes, beautiful smile. Then we have person B, also another, where did I put the eyes? Okay, perfect. With some couple of beard. Okay, and person C also obviously do have some, nines, and so on and so forth. Now, person A, let's call him John. And let's call person B, let's say Mary. It's a girl. Why did I do that? Why did I make John look like a girl and Mary looks like a guy? So we're going to switch it up a little bit. Sorry, guys. Mary, John, if there is any Mary or John on this call, I'm so sorry. So I'm going to put Mary here. And I'm going to put John here. And I'm going to add myself Cliff here to make it much more relatable, okay? So let's say John, Mary, and Cliff are all sitting down in one area having an amazing conversation. So they are all hanging out in a room. So Mary and John, they are basically just chit-chatting, giving Cliff praises. So John and Mary are giving Cliff praises. Oh man, Cliff is the amazing guy I've ever met. Man, this guy, he's a genius. May God bless him and all of that. So they were telling me in front of me while I was with them. So let's say I'm now going somewhere and I told them, hey guys, I'm going to go out now and I will see you guys later. So they were like, oh man, Cliff, may God bless you. Keep going as you keep on rising and all of that. So I unfortunately left my phone. I left my phone in, let's say, the room where we were talking, but they didn't know I left my phone. So I left my phone and then I left and I said I was going to go. But I remembered, oh my God, where's my phone? So I decided to come back to pick up my phone. And then I heard Mary and John talking about me, saying everything opposite of the praises they were giving me. So they were saying, man, this guy, his head is big, he's never even going to mount up to anything. He thinks he know it all, blah, blah, blah. So those were the things that they were saying about me when I wasn't there. But they didn't know I was coming back. So I heard the things they were saying about me when they didn't know I was coming back. So when I entered the room, oh, hey, Cliff. Now, this is where I want you to understand this. What do you think has happened to my mind? No matter the things they say about me in front of me again, do you think I'll believe it? It's not possible. Because now I've heard the real meaning of how they actually feel about me. So there is nothing good they can try to tell me, Cliff, we appreciate you, and it cannot be able to penetrate into my mind because I have heard something that has created a huge shield from lies. Are you guys with me? It's very important that you understand this. That is what happens. That is what happens when you contact light. So every single time that you contact light, what happens to you is that the light becomes a shield from darkness. So now you understand the meaning of the word of God that says that you say you shall know the truth and the truth shall set you free. So every single time that you encounter proper light, it does something to your orientation, your perception. That means now Mary and John can never say anything for me to believe them anymore because I have actually encountered the real truth of who they are beyond the superficial praises. So that is what I wanted to happen to you now while you are listening to me. Whether you are a trader, whether you are thinking about becoming a trader, I want you to understand some couple of information right now that will change your whole life. I want to do something to your orientation. I want to do something to your perception. I want to challenge your mindset right now for you to be able to understand that you came on this live stream, and beyond just becoming a profitable trader, you have acquired something that you can take into your life forever. Now, today's lesson: edge versus psychology. Which one drives trading success? Remember, this is still the goal. I want to give you light. The first thing we're going to be doing today is we're going to be breaking them down one by one. We're going to be talking about edge, and we're going to talk about psychology, and we're going to talk about the role both of them plays in trading, and which one of them drives trading success. Let's start by, first of all, defining what is an edge. What is an edge? Okay? What is an edge? Before we talk about what an edge is, some of you guys may be listening to me right now and you don't know anything about trading. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and how I got involved in this space in the first place. So if you don't know me, this is the first time they are seeing me. My name is Cheqona. Probably you've seen the name. Cheqona simply means love and unity. And that is why you can see that in our TP family. Cliff, what is a TP family? Is it me take profit? No. There's a new kind of TP. TP family simply means trading psychology family. TP family. Anyway, so I got involved in the financial market in 2012. I hope the individual that probably is going to listen to this conversation, probably he's following through the life. I remember I went to this individual and I said, yo, Chris, bro, I need money. He said, bro, I don't have it. Have you heard about MT4? So because he cannot give me money, and he needed to, basically just help me out to make money so that I don't come back to him again. He's like, Cliff, there is a product called MT4 and an app. Have you heard about it? I said, no. He said, bro, you should check it out. It's called MetaTrader. So that's how I got involved in MetaTrader 4, not trading. Okay? I got involved in MetaTrader 4. So this was my journey, very interesting journey. I didn't get involved in trading. I got involved in MT4. What does that mean? It means I didn't know anything about the market. I just downloaded the app and I said, I'm going to make money. Very ignorant, right? Yeah. So when I started, I will never forget. Normally when you download MT4, there is an account that normally you get. It's called MetaQuote Demo. I sincerely really believed that this MT4 MetaQuote Demo will actually make me money. So I didn't know anything about life accounts, whatever. I thought the $100,000 MT4 demo account will give to you is the same one I will use to make money from the market and somehow magically withdraw. That was how ignorant I was. So I got involved in the financial market in 2012. So in 2012, I needed money. I got involved. I didn't know what I was doing. Started very ignorantly. And there is a video that we have coming up and you guys are going to love it. It's called the 5 psychological stages of trading psychology. All the 5 stages that you go through as a trader, you will learn it. So in 2012 when I got started, I started from the stage I call the unconscious incompetence. Nothing. I don't know anything about it. Made a couple of mistakes. Fast forward 2014, losing my trading account because now I've been able to shift from unconscious incompetence stage. Now the broker that I was using, collapsed and so on and so forth, lost my money. Fast forward till 2015. But then 2015, I was coming out of a very serious part of my life, which was basically going through psychological pitfalls in my life, anxiety and then panic attacks. And that really made me start questioning a lot of things in life. So that was when, I started researching more about myself and so on and so forth, and trying to understand why the human mind works the way they work. And then God being so good, I found myself also in the medical field as a pharmacist. So that gave me many advantage, both as a trader and as a pharmacist, learning, coming from panic attack and depression and all of that. So there was so much information I was acquiring then. But then I came across a video that helped me a lot. And that video was by an individual I respect so much in this industry. His name is Anton Creel. And he spoke about how the average retail traders will never make money. And I was like, this guy is speaking to me. Then I took my journey in a different way. If you are listening to me right now and you think you're going to become successful in trading because you have met a mentor who's going to give you a strategy, then today is your deliverance. Listen to me carefully now. A lot of retail traders don't understand that trading is a business. You see, the way people see how you play Candy Crush on your phone, sometimes we think that is how trading works. Trading is not Candy Crush. Trading is not a game. Trading is not social media scrolling through. That is not trading. Trading is an actual business. Does that make sense? So you either choose to get involved in that business or you choose not to get involved in that business. But the moment you choose to get involved in this business, the first thing you need to respect and honor is knowledge, light. And knowledge or light in this context I'm talking about is knowledge. Light is more than just, oh, I'm going to learn how to trade. Listen to me carefully now. If you don't have knowledge, eventually it will show. It's like how people sometimes think that they can fake their way to the top when it comes to success. There is a saying that time will either expose you or promote you. Do you know what that means? It means that whatever that you do that we don't see eventually becomes your physical manifestation. And if you are somebody that you don't have patience and you are trying to force things that are good to manifest prematurely, listen to this carefully now. Life will design series of events to take it away from you. Are you hearing me? So every single time that you force anything that is good to manifest prematurely, life would design a series of events to take it away from you. Have you ever heard the saying that, oh, hey, this guy won a lottery, but he lost it all? Because the moment that he won the lottery, his conditioned mind said, this is an error. Error. Meaning, that $1 million does not belong to you. Your financial thermostat is $100. How come you have 1 million? Life will design a series of events to take it away from you. Cliff, how does it happen? You start driving and somehow your car scratches someone's car. Somehow you get some mysterious sickness. Somehow something happens or your friend borrows money from you. Somehow somebody steals your laptop. Somehow something's happened. Life will design a series of events to take it away from you. So it's a principle. So when you start learning, what are the first thing you need to learn if you want to build your edge? Before you even define what an edge is, before you get to the edge part of trading, you need to understand that in this business, knowledge is key. You need to understand the fundamentals. If you are here on this live stream right now and you don't understand the hierarchy of the financial market, you are in trouble. Cliff, what is the hierarchy of the financial market? You need to understand that at the top of the hierarchy, we have what we call the major banks. Second in command, we have what we call the EBS. We have the medium-sized banks. We have the corporations, individual investors, businessmen. We have, companies like, we have pension funds, hedge funds, name them all. Then at the bottom of the hierarchy, you will find the retail trader. The retail trader. So you are the bottom of the hierarchy here. What does that mean? What does it mean that you are the bottom of the hierarchy? What that simply means is that you don't have certain resources, you don't have certain information, you don't have certain cash. Okay? So now you understand, okay, Cliff, so what do you mean by the major banks? Who are some of the major banks? Oh, the major banks are some of the people that, they control this. No, you have not said it. What are the major banks? Oh, I know one of the major banks in my country. They are called so and so. You need to know all these things. Why, by Cliff? How will that help me to be able to become a profitable trader? Well, that is why you are not. Because you are not seeing this as a holistic structure of knowledge you need to get. So, I remember one guy asked me that, Cliff, what about some of us that our parents don't believe that Forex is a thing? I said, because they don't believe you. They don't believe you. That is what is reflecting on trading. So imagine if right now, wherever you are in any country, whether you are, because I saw some of you guys tuning in from Orlando and Tanzania, all of that. Imagine that you are in, whether you're in Ghana, whether you are in Orlando, whether you're in Tanzania, wherever, and your parents comes to you and ask you, hey, why is it that the economy of Tanzania is bad? And you are able to explain to them why the economy of Tanzania is bad. Are you telling me they will not respect you saying you're a trader? The reason why they don't respect you is because they don't believe you. They think you are gambling. Because you don't even know how to measure the economy of a country. So what is happening is they don't believe you that you are a trader. So I'm not going to dwell on this one too much. But then you need to understand that each and all of these participants, each of them are trying to make money. You also are trying to make money. So for example, Cliff, how is the corporations, the individuals, investors, how do they contribute to this industry? Very simple. Let's say, for example, Mercedes in Europe wants to buy tools from India. They are going to have to, exchange euros for what? Rupee. Now, if they are exchanging a huge amount of money from euro to rupee, it has to go through somewhere. So that transaction affects the financial market. Does that make sense? So if next time somebody asks you, Cliff, how does corporations like Mercedes, McDonald's, and Amazon, all of those guys, how does their money affect the financial market? Well, I just told you now. They have to exchange one currency for the other. Now, it is very important that you understand things from the hierarchy structure all the way down to where you are, what you have, who you are, and how the game works. So for example, now Cliff, okay Cliff, I understand. When do I learn technical skills or technical analysis? I get that question a lot. Cliff, okay, I get you. You talk about psychology. When do I learn technicals? Wait. I remember one time when I used to ask myself these questions when our medical teachers were teaching us some things, and I'm like, when do we learn medicine? When do we actually learn about the pharmacology stuff? I remember we used to go to one teacher's class. His name is Taras. I'll never forget his name. Boring teacher, I'll never forget. And he'll be teaching you about physiology. And one of them will be teaching you about history. History about what? I want to become a doctor. I want to become a pharmacist. Why am I learning history? And I realized something. That you see, when you are the student, you don't choose what you want to learn. You receive what is given to you and allow it to do something to your perception. So, when do you learn technical analysis? We'll come to that because we're talking about edge now before we talk about psychology. Listen to this carefully now. You need to understand the nature, the foundation of the entire business first. What am I trying to say? Some of you don't even know if you want to trade or not. You want the money from trading, I get that. But you don't even know if you want to trade or not. How do you know you want to trade if you don't understand the business? So if you don't understand the risk involved, if you don't understand the participants in the business, such as the brokers, how does the brokers operate? I'm challenging you. What did I say today? I said I'm challenging you, I'm provoking you for you to be angry enough to say that, listen, the market is not the problem. I am. But we'll get there. So let's say, for example, Cliff, what broker should I use? And if I tell you use XY broker, it's not a broker, by the way, I'm just saying. What is your basis of accepting XY broker? Because Cliff said it, you are joking. That's not how it works. Cliff, where can I find the right information about brokers? What are you doing? You want to learn. So now when you go onto that site, that information center, what are you doing? You are asking, what is a broker? How many types of brokers do we have? Oh, so it is out of this research that will let you know that we have the market maker broker, the STP or the ECN brokers, or they call them the hybrid as well too. Is that as a broker? What is a market maker broker? A market maker broker is a type of brokerage that provides the liquidity in-house. Yeah. So the moment I say a market maker broker is the one that provides the liquidity in-house, what is your next question? What is liquidity? Are you seeing how we learn now? So what is liquidity? Because I said market maker broker is the one that provides liquidity in-house. What does that mean? It means when you click buy and sell, your trade does not go outside the brokerage. Okay, so let me explain what this means. Let's say Mary, let's bring Mary and John again. And then John are traders. Mary wants to buy gold. John wants to sell gold. If Mary clicks on buy on MT5, somebody at the end of the tunnel needs to sell in order for Mary's execution to enter into the market. Are you with me? The same way, if John clicks sell, something needs to happen at the end of the tunnel for John's sell to execute into the market. Now, somebody is buying and selling for you in order for you to enter into the market. Now, the market maker, broker, does not send your execution to another liquidity provider. So what they do is, because they have the money in-house, they execute for you. Are you with me? Because they have the money in-house, they execute for you. So market maker, broker, in simple terms, they have the liquidity in-house. SCP or the ECN, they have to pass on your execution to another liquidity provider in order for you to get a sell or buy. Okay, Cliff, how does the brokers make their money? Brokers make money from what? Spread. Or in other words, commissions. Oh, so Cliff, does it mean that sometimes when the brokers are trying to, do some certain things in the market, they are not manipulating me? Yes, it's true. What do I mean? Let's say this market maker broker received 1,000 orders from 1,000 traders, and all of them is buy. This broker needs to sell in order for all these 1,000 people to get their trade executed. Are you with me? Now, when they now execute a sell for you to get your buy in the market, think about it. If you were the broker, what would you do? In other words, if they don't hedge means they have to take the opposite of what they did, so that they can take at least 95% out, because they have the money, so that at the end of the day they wouldn't lose their money. Is that true? So now you will call that manipulation, you will call that they are trying to cheat me. No, it's business. Remember, where did we set it from? Hierarchy. Everybody wants to make money, including you. So if they also want to make money, what do you think they will do? If at the end of the day, because of your buy, they are losing money, they have the buying power. They need to do something to mitigate the risk that you have brought to them, which is many people are clicking on a buy, so they need to go the opposite of what they did and make sure they kick some of you guys out, and then at the end of the day, they get to move the market in a way without losing money. So why is this important that you understand? So next time if I tell you be patient, you are not getting be patient from the angle of, oh, you need to be patient even though you're going to make money in trading. That's not how it works. Be patient simply means, Cliff, there is a hierarchy of the market. All of these guys wants to make money. None of them wants to lose money. So sometimes when I'm being patient, it's not because my mentor said be patient, but because I've understood the light component part of what be patient means. Are you guys with me? Okay. So in order for you to start learning technicals, the first thing is the foundation. Foundation. You want to become a successful trader? Foundation, number one. Foundation is everything that you're going to build your knowledge upon. Now, after you've been able to build the foundation, if whoever that you are learning from needs to now take you through what we call, now not everybody does this, but needs to now structure a holistic information for you to learn at some certain time. What do I mean by this? I told you guys this in the beginning when we started the session. I said, if you want to cook jollof, that moment, the knowledge you need is not content creation or forex. You need jollof knowledge. So it is not every single knowledge that is important as every single time. Are you with me? So you need to be able to understand, listen, I want to learn how to trade. Your mentor has been able to take you through the foundation. Now you understand what forex really is all about in terms of the industry, the number of participants in there, what the risk involved, what it takes, brokers, all of that. You've understand that foundation. The next thing before you go to the technicals is to understand you. Because while you are learning the foundation, you are going to come across some certain thing that's going to make you question if you are the person for this game or not. So to me, the next thing you need to learn is you. You need to know your strengths and your weaknesses. The next thing that you need to learn is now the tools and the platforms you are going to use and how they work. So it is within the platform that you learn technicals. Cliff, what do you mean? It is within the platform that you learn technicals. When we say somebody is a trader, what does that mean? It means you are exchanging one thing for the other. Imagine if I'm holding this pen here and I need this pen so bad and I need to do something with this pen and I don't have money, but I have my mobile phone. If I'm able to give you the phone and you give me the pen, we have done what we call trading. Does that make sense? So what does a person need to become a trader? What does a person need to become a trader? Before we go on, I just want you guys to know that I want to know if you guys are learning something. So let's take a quick 30 seconds break, okay? And then we come back again, and then we take it out from there. So if the video is still lagging, it pains me you guys cannot see this video. I really wish you guys can see the video. But let's try and play this video one more time again. And I want to know in the comment section if you're learning something. Because what we're about to talk about, you need to position yourself to make sure you're learning something very hard. All right? So let's take a quick short break. Let's come back again. And then let's take it out from there. But I'm going to read the comment section to know how you guys are doing. Yeah, okay, so the comment section. By the end of the day, what we're going to be doing is going through it, right? All right. Okay, so give me a second. I want to check you guys to see how you guys are doing. I want to make sure you guys are doing well. Okay, learning. Guys, you already know me, man. When you're on my calls or my live stream, it's not trying to be all uptight. You know, we're all one family. It's called a TP family. All right, so let's let in the Lord. Hi, okay. Man, you are a legend. Thank you so much, Isaac. I think that's the name. I mean, watch it in your YouTube channel. Thank you, sir. So on and so forth. Okay, guys, how you guys doing now? I've been in the game 2020, but I was not taught like this. You're welcome. You're welcome. I think I'm getting hot here because I'm about to get interested now. So what we're going to be doing right now is that, guys, we're going to go straight up into every single thing we have to talk about now. But I just want you to understand something right now. Every single thing we're talking about here today, my goal is to make sure that you learn something very well. Okay, my goal is to make sure that you learn something very, very, very well. Thank you so much. My goal is to make sure that you learn something very, very, very well. So listen to me carefully now. Make sure that you pay attention, and then we take it out from there. Okay. So number one, we have been learning about something very interesting here. And what we are learning here, now I want you to take some notes. Okay? Take note as much as you can. And then we take it out from there. So I started this conversation by telling you guys something very important. That in order for you to go from level A to B, what you need is light. It's not feelings. It's not sentiment. It's not wishes. It's knowledge. And with knowledge, every single time that you encounter it, something happens to you. You see, there is something called the speed of light. There is something called the speed of light. All right? And one of the things that you need to be able to understand is that the reason why it's called the speed of light is because there is a way light moves within time that is beyond our human understanding. What do I mean by this? And I want you to use that same analogy to understand what I'm about to tell you. That means you can come on this live stream today and you could leave this live stream a different person. And it will look like you have grown 5 years ahead. Speed of light. Are you guys getting me? So knowledge is really powerful. And with knowledge, it's a principle so much that it doesn't care about your sentiment. So I always tell people this, that when you jump from a 50-story building, before you jump, you go like, man, I heard that Cliff guy saying that life is all about principles and I don't believe in the law of gravity. Well, jump. Jump. Be my guest. Jump from that 50-story building. And while you are jumping, tell yourself and tell the whole world you don't believe in the law of gravity. And let's see if the ground will say, oh, you know, because you are ignorant about the law of gravity, so we wouldn't kill you. You will splash. That is how life works. So some of you guys may be listening to me right now and say, oh, I'm tired of my life. I don't know why my life is so sad. Everything I do is not working. My trading is not working. You are a scam. You are this. And you keep on complaining. You think that sentiment should change your life. You are joking. You need to encounter knowledge. And so I'm challenging you right now, listening to me right now, this. The purpose of today's live stream is not that you come and just listen to Cliff speak, but I genuinely want you to get out of this live stream and be angry enough and say, you know what, enough is enough. I've blown 1 account, 2 account, 3 account. I keep on blowing an account, and I don't even know if next week I'm going to blow an account or not. And you still somehow wants to believe something will change in your trading because you are tired of being broke. It doesn't work like that. If you are tired of being broke, what you need is light. So what is edge? Edge is I want to say, write this down. When you hear the word edge, write down unique approach. Please write it down. Anytime that you hear the word edge, I want you to write down unique approach. Unique approach. Unique approach. When you hear the word edge, I want you to write down the unique approach. Are you guys writing down? Okay, so what do I mean by a unique approach? You see, in this business, it's a game of probabilities. Okay? In this business, it's a game of probabilities. What that simply means is that you are not going to be able to tell what will happen in the next random act, but rather you need to stick to a certain kind of system for a longer period of time over and over again. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say I want to flip a coin. I don't have a coin. You have a coin? Okay, give me a coin. Yeah, I'm talking to the team, guys. So let's flip a coin. Okay, so I'm going to flip a coin. Okay, let's do something right now. Okay, and you guys can even participate if you want, okay? Let's all. Okay, so you guys should just watch me now. This is a coin. This is $1 million coin, right? No? How much is it? Anyway, so guys, I'm kidding. It's not 1 million. Anyway, so I'm gonna flip this coin. I got tails. So as you can see, I got a tail. I'm gonna flip it again. I got heads. So what do you think the next one is gonna be? Can you guys let me know in the comment section? Okay. So I flipped the first one. I got tails. I flipped the second one. I got heads. What do you think that the next one is gonna be? You wanna try? No? Okay, cool. You guys wanna try? Okay, so it will be a head. It's will be a head. So the guys in the studio are telling me it's gonna be a head. So he said it's gonna be a head. But I want to know in the comment section. You're gonna be a tail. So we have heads and tails, guys. Who's gonna win? Okay, this is very interesting. So we got the first one as a head, and we got the next one as a tail. So now, okay, let's say for example you come to me and be like, oh man, Cliff. By the way, guys, I'm talking to people in the studio here, and I'm also talking to you guys on the live stream. So let's say basically we go like, hey man, we got heads the first one, we got tails the last one. So which one are we gonna get? If your answer was a head, are you the winner? And if your answer was a tail, are you the winner? We're gonna find out. The truth of the matter is, there is something I normally do to my students. Normally when they come to me, my goal is to find out psychologically that what are their strengths and their weaknesses every time. And one of the weaknesses I find mostly in the people that come to me as clients is that majority of them, 98% of them, have what we call the gambler's fallacy mindset. So the gambler's fallacy mindset is when you think because this coin got head and tail, then the next one can be predicted. And if you come into the market, that is how you will trade. You will think because yesterday you bought and today you are buying, then the next day will be a sale. No, that is not how it works. It is a game of probabilities. That means we don't know. Listen, if you understand what I'm explaining to you today, you will understand edge. So what that simply means is you have been able to find a unique approach in the market. You are not looking at the outcomes of the trade, but you are following a system that predicts a higher probable chances. Unique approach. Are you with me? So we don't know. So by the way, guys, whoever said head and tails, you guys are, we'll see. We'll talk about that later on. Funny now. But anyway, so whether you chose heads or tails, it's not the correct answer. It's 50-50. I don't still know. I can flip this and get heads. But then the one who said it's heads is going to think I'm the winner. But that is called gambler's fallacy because you can't predict that you can do the same thing again tomorrow. So what do we do in trading as an edge? So edge in trading simply means, I love hot chocolate a lot. Okay, so every single evening I drink hot chocolate. I remember one time they asked me, Cliff, what is your favorite hot chocolate? I was talking to some clients in the UK, and they're like, Cliff, what is your favorite hot chocolate? I said, oh, Milo. They said, what? I said, Milo. They said, what? I said, Milo. I said, why do you keep on asking me what? Oh, Milo. I said, what? You what? What do you mean Milo? We call it Milo. Anyway, so all those who are about to judge me now for saying Milo, I'm basically just bringing myself to the altar for you guys to slot me first before we go ahead. Anyway, so what happened next was, I was talking to them and I was like, listen, imagine if you come to me and you come to my house and you live in my house. And you are like, Cliff, at the end of the day, we have studied Cliff. And Cliff loves hot chocolate a lot. This hot chocolate, I drink it every single evening, 9 p.m. So you have stayed with me for 2 weeks. Now you know I drink hot chocolate 9 p.m. Okay. But every single time I'm about to drink the hot chocolate, I start dancing. Whatever. I don't know how to dance, so we're going to keep it like that. So I start dancing and whatever. And then I will sing a little bit. Maybe I will sing unto the Lord, for he has triumphed glorious. No, I'm singing. So basically I'm singing, I'm dancing. Then I go to the kitchen and I get my hot chocolate. So you have studied that pattern. That every single time Cliff starts to sing, tick. He's not dancing, tick. He's on his way to do what? Drink hot chocolate. Now, chances are excellent I may drink hot chocolate 20 times in a month and not drink hot chocolate 10 times in a month. But it's random. Are you with me? It's random. You don't know if it's going to be Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. You don't know. But you know that Cliff mostly drink hot chocolate 20 times in a month and 10 times he doesn't. You being angry that, Cliff, why didn't you drink hot chocolate this Monday? It's not by force. I don't want to drink it on Monday. I want to drink it probably tomorrow. That's how some of you guys treat Forex. That why didn't I hit TP? The market owes you nothing. Edge is what the unique approach you have found in the market to predict consistent probable numbers. Are you guys with me? Is it possible that I can get water? Anyway, okay, thank you. Are you guys with me? I just realized that I've been talking a lot, so my throat is getting to get dry. Oh, it's fine. I'm sure they are learning something right now. Okay, so guys, are you guys with me right now? So you need to be able to understand this, that at the end of the day, an edge is the unique approach you find by studying patterns. Now, there are different type of edges we're going to be talking about now, and I want you to write them down. You see, all these things that you are writing them down, if you're a new beginner, don't worry. Don't worry. You're not going to need it now, but write them down. You'll need it someday. Okay? So don't be like, but Cliff, I just started. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay? Don't worry. It's all good. Okay? The goal is not to get everything today. That is what knowledge is all about. You get them, you use them when it's needed. Remember our analogy about the jollof? Okay. So, we have something called a technical edge. Technical edge. What is a technical edge? A technical edge is when you build a certain unique approach on how you study the technical data of the market. Technical edge. Number two, we have what we call the fundamental edge. It's when you are able to understand how the fundamental side of the market works. Yes, fundamental edge. Then we have what we call the other side of the edge can be quantitative edge. One of my favorite quantitative traders is Jim Simmons, an amazing trader. Go search him out. Jim Simmons, an amazing trader. He was able to make billions of dollars from quantitative type of trading. Renaissance. Beautiful, beautiful strategy the guy used. Anyway, so we have quantitative edge. So we have fundamental edge, quantitative edge, and then we have behavioral edge, when you use the behavior of people to predict the market. Okay? I'm going to repeat again. So we have what we call what? Technical edge. Then we have the fundamental edge. Then we have the quantitative. Then we have the behavior edge, where you use people's sentiment. It's called, Warren Buffett is the one who says that a lot. He said, anytime people want to get into the market, he stays out. And every single time that everybody is staying out, he goes in. Behavioral type of edge. All right? Very important you understand that. So what that simply means, and I can't break this down very, very deep, but what that simply means is that every one of these edges, you are studying something unique that makes you predict the market with a higher probable chances of being right. I want to basically just do something right now for you guys to do it. So I want you guys to understand edge in a very powerful way. But then we're going to take a short break. I want you guys to see the video because my team wants you guys to see this video to see how far the community we have come. So watch this video. It's just 2 minutes video. Watch it. We come back again. I want you to be excited. You're going to learn a lot today, okay? Then we'll take it out from there.
Welcome to a transformative session, Edge versus Psychology. Which one drives trading success? Before we delve into this powerful discussion, it's only fitting that we take a moment to honor and introduce a man whose life's work has been to guide, uplift, and transform traders around the world. I'm talking about none other than Cliff Cheqona. Through God's grace, Cliff has reached across continents, speaking on television and radio stations worldwide, bringing wisdom and clarity to traders who are hungry for more than just technical strategies. Over the past 90 days, his influence has been felt far and wide, with his messages touching lives globally. Recently, Cliff was the keynote speaker at the Influencers Conference 2024, where he shared profound insights that went far beyond trading, reaching into the core of what it means to grow and succeed. Cliff's teachings are not just lessons, they're a movement. Some of his messages have gone viral, spreading across platforms and reaching millions. Our Instagram page alone connects with over 2.3 million traders globally, while our TikTok and YouTube communities continue to grow rapidly. This reach isn't just about numbers, it's about lives transformed and mindsets renewed. One of the most impactful moments came when Cliff gifted the community not one, but 2 powerful ebooks, First Steps to Financial Freedom and Psychology 101 for Beginners. These books were created to provide a foundation not only for financial success, but also for mental resilience. The feedback we've received has been overwhelming. These resources have equipped countless traders to take control of their financial futures and build the psychological strength needed to thrive. The mission Cliff has set before us is simple yet profound: to help traders undergo deep mental transformation. It's a vision where trading is more than numbers. It's a journey of self-discovery, discipline, and resilience. And every day, we see the fruits of this mission in messages from traders around the world. Thank you, Cliff, for changing my trading mindset. I am surely meeting you one day. Thank you for this insight. I feel God used this to answer my questions and solve my problem. I'm new here, and I love the fact you are spiritually inclined. I'm glad to be where the top 1% are rising. God bless you, sir, for sharing the biggest secret with us. This outpouring of gratitude and transformation is nothing short of God's hand at work. For some, this vision might still be difficult to fully grasp, but as Cliff often says, in God's timing, everything will make sense. Today's discussion on Edge versus Psychology aligns perfectly with Cliff's vision. We're here to go beyond the technical, to understand what truly drives success in trading and life. So please join me in welcoming a leader, a mentor, and a man who has dedicated himself to transforming lives, Cliff Cheqona. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a transformative session, Edge versus Psychology. Which one drives trading success? Before we
Okay, so we are back again. It's going to be an interesting conversation. I want you guys to really watch the board very well. Okay, so I want to use now if you are somebody that let's just say you are in a Telegram Signal group right now. Let me use the Telegram. I'm not attacking Signals, whatever. I believe that there are people that need to start from somewhere. But listen to me carefully now. You are basically going to understand this better if I use this structure of analysis. Okay, are you with me? All right then. So look on the board, okay? Let's say you are taking signals. This is what happens if you don't understand edge. So that mentor has an edge. That mentor already has a hypothesis. What is a hypothesis? Hypothesis simply means if XYZ happens, you will do XYZ. So you signed up, let's say you signed up to a trading community to pick up trades, to copy and paste. And according to the history, let's say, of that channel, this mentor sends, let's say, a number of trades. Let's say he sends every single week, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. Okay, let's say he sends 5 trades the whole entire week. So you are the trader. So let's say this trade was, let's say all of these trades are gold. Let's say XAUSD. So he sent the first trade, okay? You took this first trade and you took an L. So trade number 1, you lost. Now trade number 2, break even. Trade number 3, let's say you decided not to take trade number 3, so not taken. So let's do it this way to let it make sense more. Are you with me? So trade number 3, not taken. You didn't take it. And then your mentor did 100 pips. If this has been happening to you, let me know in the comment. So you didn't take trade number 3, and then you lost 100 pips. Then you decided to take trade number 4, and then it hit TP1, 50 pips, and then it went back to SL. So according to the mentor, it was a win trade, but you lost because you didn't take the profit, because you know that you don't want the 50 pips, you want more. So you didn't make money, but the mentor is putting fire emojis in the chat saying that, it hit TP1 50 pips. So now psychologically, you don't know if you want to take TP, you don't know if you want to take trade number 5 or not. It is very important you understand what I'm teaching you here. If you understand this carefully, it's going to help you a lot. So let's go over one more time again so that you understand this if anybody's listening to me. You have a mentor, you are in his trading signal group, very great guy, he shows that he makes money and there is nothing wrong with him. He sent 5 trades in this week. You took the first trade, it was an SL. What is an SL in our community? Anybody who gets this, let me know. In our community, we don't say SL simply means a lost trade, but what? A stopped trade. So a stop loss is not a lost trade, it's a stop trade. Anyway, so you took the first trade, and then what happened to you? You lost that trade. No worries. Second trade, the mentor sent break even. What is break even? Meaning you didn't make no money. Third trade, you didn't take it, but that trade was 100 pips move. Fourth trade, it hit TP1 and then to stop loss, but you didn't make money because you didn't allow yourself to enjoy at least TP1, because you were anticipating at least it should go to TP 2 or 3 so that you can make 100 pips or more. Now, trade number 5. When he sends this trade, chances are excellent that you will not take it. It's either you will not take trade number 5, sorry, or if you take it, you will over leverage. Let me have water. Chances are excellent if you take the TP, if you take the trade number 5, you will either over leverage or you will not take it at all. Now, the reason why this keeps on happening to you is because the edge is not yours. The edge is not yours. You have not found your unique approach. You've not found your unique approach. So what is happening is, because you have not found your own unique approach, there is no conviction. Are you with me? If you guys understand this concept, you will now understand why, even though the mentor is profitable, even though the signal is profitable, you are not profitable because the edge is not yours and the conviction is not yours. So if you are building your own edge, what do? I hope you guys are learning. Welcome to class. Now you want to build your own edge. After you have been able to understand how the financial market works and every single thing, now you have learned the technical analysis, you have understood every single thing. Now the strategy you have been able to acquire, there is something called backtest, meaning that you're going to basically go back in time of data and then backtest. You see, during this time of backtesting, what are you doing? You are doing something to your conviction. Let me show you something right now. Most of you guys who have already passed this stage will understand what I'm about to show you very well. Listen to this carefully now. Let's say, for example, you are somebody that you understand market structure a lot. What is the market structure? Basically, the structure of the market that has proven a track record of a repeated pattern, right? So we have something called HH. What is HH? Higher highs. We have HL. We have LH. And then we have LL. So this means a higher high. This means a higher low. This means a lower high. And this means a lower low. Now, this is not a cycle of a market. This is a market structure pivot point. This is what, remember our hot chocolate analogy? This is what shows, Cliff is dancing, he is singing, then he's about to drink hot chocolate. This is what we use to tell the same thing in the market. Again, I'm not teaching that today, but let's move forward. Then we have something called a cycle of a market. A cycle of a market is not about whether you are an institutional trader or you're whatever. You need to understand that the market moves in phases. We have what we call the accumulation phase. Then the market now makes a markup. So within the markup, you will see these two things. It's called the higher highs and the higher lows. Then when the market gets to a certain destination and it's not going to go up again and people want to take their profit, it will either come down in a distribution form, then it starts to create the markdown. This structure of the market always happens all the time. But why is it that some people somehow still cannot understand the fact that something like this will happen again? Because something has not happened to your conviction. And today, I want to give you something to go home with. Anytime that you are building an edge, one thing I want you to believe is this word I'm about to write down here. Then what I'm about to write down here, write it in your book, and I want this to be the motto of your edge. It's called eventually it will happen. This is what I want you to go home with today. Eventually it will happen. You see, how many times have you entered the market and then you drew your support, your resistance, whatever you want to do? I remember I said support and resistance. Support and resistance. Anytime I see those guys that are calling themselves institutional traders, I laugh because they think institutional trading means that you are smarter than the average retail trader. Guys, in this industry, there is no formula. Edge is not about who is the best. Edge is what has happened to your conviction that makes you see the market in a unique way. So I hate it when traders attack other people who use, let's say, indicators or a system that is not what they use, and they go like, you are the retail traders and we are the small money. Stop talking like that. In this industry, everybody has their own system. Does that make sense? If it works for you and you can predict it again, that is all that matters. We'll talk about that later on someday in this life. But then eventually it will happen. What do I mean? Have you ever realized that sometimes, have you written it down? Eventually it will happen. So sometimes, let's say, for example, the market is moving in this order. Okay? Let's say the market is moving in this order. You have drawn, let's say, your support and your resistance here. Or you have made sure that you have your supply and your demand there, whatever it is, or your order blocks, whatever you want to call it. And then the market takes this low here because it's consolidating, right? So every single time the market is moving this way, let's say, for example, every single time the market is consolidating for a long time, it creates what a lot of people will call imbalance. So what is an imbalance? So imbalance, very simple. It means that the market was consolidating here, and then it moved out of here, and the last candlestick, all right, and the opening of the candlestick is what we draw as imbalance here. Correct? So now it has taken this low, and then it has broken this consolidation area. Now, according to your strategy, you believe that this will come up here as a retest, and then it will eventually come down. Let's say that is what your edge is telling you all the time. Now, what will happen is this, that eventually it will happen. But before it happens, 95% of people will end up changing their bias, or they will over leverage, and the market will take them out, and it will kick them out, and they will think it won't go there. They will change their mind, and eventually it will happen. How many times has eventually it will happen happened to you that you didn't see it coming? Did you get what I'm saying? So edge is what, when you have that conviction in an edge, what it means is that you have found a unique approach. So number one, let's wrap up the edge side. So it gives you a unique approach, number one, and then it makes you find your own understanding about your hypothesis. What did I say hypothesis is? XYZ happens, I will do XYZ. Then within your edge, you have your own risk management. That is what you call the RRR. The risk to reward ratio. It is part of your edge. You know that, hey, I don't risk this amount of money and so on and so forth. So now the last part, the kind of mindset you need to have in edge. Now we are going to psychology now. What kind of mindset do you need to make sure you are finished developing your edge? Discipline. Discipline. I can add consistency, but let's stick with discipline. So edge is anything that makes you see the market in a certain way. It is what makes you know, I will buy from here. I have studied this data. It is telling me it will sell. I have studied this data. It is telling me to buy. It's called an edge. Now, where does psychology comes in then? Where does psychology comes in? Let's hurry up. We are almost about to finish. Where does psychology comes in? This is how I want you to see psychology now. This is psychology. Cliff, what is psychology? And edge, what is the difference? Which one of them is important? If somebody asks me, Cliff, edge and psychology, which one of them is important? I tell them, my neck and my head, which is important. Take one off. Right? So, but then, just like the human anatomical structure, you cannot basically just say, imagine if right now, you come to me and tell me, Cliff, I'm not feeling well, my head is aching me. So you call an Uber and you tell the Uber driver, can you take my head, right? And then take it to the hospital. Is it possible? You can't do that, right? You cannot just cut off your head and say, Uber driver, please take it to the hospital and tell the doctor that, my head is aching me and so on and so. You take so whether your head is aching, your whole entire body must follow you to the hospital. It doesn't matter. Even if your toenail gets hurt, you don't cut your toe and take your toe to the hospital and leave your body in the house. So it is a holistic structure of knowledge that makes a trader become successful. So you don't cut off your head and remain the neck, and you don't cut off your neck and remain the head. It has to connect. So psychology and edge, there is nothing like which one of them is important. It's how do they play in trading success. Does that make sense? But then psychology is like the mind in the human body. Because you can, do you know that you can be alive and your body can be functional, but then you can have something called brain dead. When you have brain dead means that your body is functioning, your heart is not having any problem, but your brain is dead, and as a result of that, your whole body is dead. So psychology is that mental side here. So I want you to watch this carefully now. I'm gonna give psychology here a lot of legs. Okay? So Cliff, where does psychology comes in? Psychology comes in all areas of your life. Most importantly, also in trading. So I'm gonna put growth and learning here. I'm gonna put discipline here. Emotional intelligence, EI. edge. I'm going to put, let's say, consistency here. And cognitive biases here. Cognitive biases. So you see, I want you to imagine this structure here like a body. So the mind is something that you don't see, yet it's connected to so many different things. So if you say you're going to start learning how to trade, and at some point you lose, it is not your edge that will tell you to keep going. It's your psychology. And if you get the right strategy, it is not your edge that will keep you disciplined. It's your psychology. And if the market makes you lose multiple times in a row, it's not your edge that is going to let you win the next trade. It's your emotional intelligence, your psychology. And while you are being in your cognitive functions is messing up, your confirmation bias and your loss aversion is kicking in, it's not your edge that will save you. It's your psychology. And then when you are not being consistent, it is not your edge that will save you. It's your psychology. But then edge and psychology, they still needs to be in place, because even if you are emotionally intelligent, disciplined, and your cognitive biases is great, and then you are consistent, and then you like learning, you won't still make money because you have no edge. So edge and psychology, which one of them is important? You answer me now in a group chat. Which one of them drives trading success? Trading is not a buffet. You don't choose your course. You learn holistically. So, Cliff, you are saying we should develop an edge? Correct. You are saying that we should fix our consistency problem? Correct. You are saying we should do something to our cognitive to make sure we are growing? Correct. You are saying I should become emotionally intelligent? Correct. You are saying that I should be disciplined? Correct. You are saying that I should have a growth mindset? Correct. So, Cliff, where does psychology falls in? Psychology is the overall foundation of whether you're going to become successful or not, even in the long run. But does it mean that psychology is important than edge? No. No, sir. No, chief. No. But does it mean that you can do without psychology? No. Does it mean that you can do without edge and you have psychology properly structured in your mindset? No. So then why is it that people are arguing? Which one of them should I study first? I'm going to tell you something right now. Now I'm going to make some people angry. Why is it that then people are debating which one of them should I study first? It's because people keep on running away from psychology, because psychology is about you, and then the edge is about mostly the market. And so it's easy to point fingers that I was manipulated. It's easy to point fingers that my mentor didn't send the right signals. It's easy to point the fingers that the broker cheated me. But it's so difficult to say you were not emotionally intelligent, and you were not consistent and disciplined, and you don't like learning. If right now you are listening to me now and you are somewhere in your bed with a blanket on you listening to a live stream like this, you are the problem. I remember one time I posted on my Instagram page and I said we're going to fast. And then I had some, people who have made money in the future, but it has not reflected yet, come to my page and say, why do you mean that we should fast? Why are you bringing fasting into trading? That's Warren Buffett fast, because you live with him, yeah? Anyway, so that's Warren Buffett fast. And I was laughing. I was like, you guys don't understand it yet, do you? The fasting is not for trading. The fasting is for the trader. You, the trader. What does fasting do to you? It makes you kill tendencies that create indiscipline. So your trading life and your actual life, they mirror each other. So if this is your actual life and if this is your trading life, they mirror each other. That means if your actual life, you are an angry person, you will trade with anger. If in your actual life, you have tendencies you can't control yourself in trading. So in order for you to fix your trading, you need to fix your mind. In other words, your life. Are you with me? So Cliff, edge, and psychology, which one of them is important? It is not about which one of them is importance. It's how structured is the knowledge is in your mind. Now, before we wrap up, there isn't much. I'm not talking about psychology here. You guys already know me. We have another video coming up and so on and so forth. If we say we're diving into psychology, we're going to be doing more of this more often, depending on how the community you guys respond. If you guys like this live webinars, we're going to be doing more of this probably every weekend. But then it depends on how you guys respond. I'm a very patient guy, so I take my time before I execute. But then I want you to listen to me carefully now. You may be almost about to quit trading. Trading is not the problem. In fact, trading is one of the most beautiful things that can ever happen to somebody. And sometimes I don't like sharing some of these testimonies because I don't want people to think that, I'm trying to brag. But I remember one time I was going for a dinner and I said, I don't want to pay this dinner from my pocket. I want to pay dinner from my trading. And the broker that I use, I can withdraw USDT the same time, the same minute. So I was like, okay. So I said, I'm going to trade for the course and I'm going to withdraw to pay it instantly. And within few minutes, I was able to get the meal, the dinner, because I wanted to eat something very, not luxury, but something very good. So I was able to trade that moment, get the money. I was just trying to have fun. And that moment, my wife was like, okay, so how do you feel knowing that you were a very highly profitable trader? And we're laughing. We're just cracking jokes here. And I'm basically just saying that this is the level of how trading can make you not become dependent on anybody. Guys, listen. You see, one thing that I hate in life, it's not when you don't have money. It's when you don't have the money at the right time. I don't know if this has happened to you before. It's like when you need the money at the right time, it doesn't come. And that is what we call lack. Lack is not poverty. Lack is not you being broke. Lack is not having a certain resources at the right time. Time is very important. In this destiny of life we live in, time is a unit factor of destiny. So one thing I want to challenge you here right now is this. You are not going to be able to become successful as a trader if you keep on following the same old narratives. Remember when we started today, I was telling you something and I said, listen, your conditioned mind is holding you back. Who is this guy talking to me? People will be analyzing. Back in the days when I started talking about trading psychology, people will be analyzing. Who are you? What are you saying? Psychology, they will be attacking me, yet this person is broke. You remember my story? When I was broke and I was hitting rock bottom, I didn't care anymore. I was willing to try what somebody who has the resources is telling me. So what am I challenging you today to do? Is that this trading game has a formula. It has a structure. You don't just move from one stage to the other because you are broke now. I get it. Your landlord is probably coming. Your school fees is probably coming. Your business is probably about to drown. You are broke, you are in debt, I get it. But trading is not a quick getting rich scheme. It's a business just like everything else. You start well, you learn well, you apply well. And the results, guys, is mind-blowing. And so I want you to understand this right now. That if you are asking yourself, Cliff, how do I build an edge? You build an edge from a certain kind of a holistic structure information. And one thing I want to say this to let every single person in the TP family to hear me. Again, if you just join us, TP family means Trading Psychology Family. We want to be the biggest trading psychology family in the world. And I want you to listen to this carefully now. I don't think, when people sometimes say maybe like Cliff the goat, I don't think I am the goat. The only difference between you and I'm not saying this from a standpoint of trying to pretend I'm humble, none of that. I really don't think that I'm the goat. But the difference between you and I is experience. I've lost more than you, and I've probably made more than you. So at the end of the day, you don't understand how this works. Listen to this carefully now. One thing I want you to hear me is this, is that you are not going to become successful unless you understand what I'm about to tell you. Trading has a pattern. Trading has a structure. If right now you have been trading for 3 years and something is not working, I promise you what you are lacking is light in some area, whether light in the area of risk management, whether light in the area of yourself and how it's affecting the market, whether light in the area of your edge. Maybe you have not gotten your edge yet, but because you are able to gamble your way through here and there and make some money, you think somehow one day you wake up to an mighty profit. It doesn't work like that. You need to know that this business is going to work for you or not. So where do I start from, Cliff? You start by acquiring knowledge. For me, and I'm saying this on behalf of anyone who has been asking the questions, Cliff, okay, when are you going to teach this, guys? when I started this industry, when I got involved in 2012, I have seen many people fight, argue, who is the best? I'm the GOAT. I bought a car. You didn't buy a car. I've seen all of that. And sometimes it's funny to me because all these people you guys keep on hailing and saying, wow, you are the GOAT. I promise you, if only you knew how. I was talking to one mentor one time and I said, listen guys, enough is enough. You see, we the mentors, it's about time we need to tell these guys the truth. That trading is not complicated, but it's difficult. It's difficult because you have to put in the work. You, the mentor, you are in a rebate model. No problem with that. But if you are in a rebate model and you're making money outside executing buy and sell, the mentee's emotions and yours can never be the same. So while you are hitting a couple of stop losses, he is sad and crying about to give up. Do you know some of the messages I get sometimes, guys? Because of this ministry that God has placed us in. Cliff, I'm tired. I even want to kill myself. And I said, don't kill yourself. I get these messages a lot, truly. And sometimes this is where the anger from telling you guys this thing comes from. Because it is sad that people do kill themselves. There is an amazing trader who killed himself. His name is Jesse Livermore. Powerful trader. OG. He killed himself because of Forex. Or trading. Let me not say Forex. Trading. What am I saying, guys? That trading is a serious business. It has mental consequences if you play with it. So what do I mean? I dedicated myself and I said, listen, I will follow through the psychological side of trading. There are powerful traders who teaches technicals. I'm not the only one who can teach you technical. So why don't somebody teach people that? And I will only focus about one thing that nobody seems to be talking about, which is trading psychology. So if you see me only talking about trading psychology, and sometimes people will attack me and say, why are you not talking about this? I said, don't attack me, because one day you will understand why I'm only focusing on this part of the trading game. So guys, listen, this YouTube channel, and by the way, by the grace of God, I woke up this morning and YouTube has sent us an email that congratulations, you are now welcome as a partner to the YouTube, prestigious category. I said prestigious. Ooh. Anyway, so we thank God for that. We are doing a lot in our community. The community is growing. Currently, right now, we are, I think, 50-something thousand followers on Instagram. Our YouTube is growing. TikTok, we hit 20K with over 100,000 and 400,000 views and counting. On Instagram, 1.3 million views. Another one, almost 1 million views. So many things are happening. Why? Because people are waking up to the understanding of what psychology really means in trading. So this YouTube channel, don't just subscribe. If I put a video on this YouTube channel, watch it that you want to contact light. If there isn't anything that you didn't get from this live session today, I want you to be angry enough. Telling yourself that, man, I'm provoked. Enough is enough. I'm going to go back and research about brokers. I'm going to go back and research about the market structure. I'm going to go back and visit my book. Do you know why? I want to show you guys something, and I'm going to use this analogy to close this live session right now. Listen to me carefully now. This is what is happening to some of you guys right now. You see, there is something called knowledge. And this one right now is me being very honest with you. And there's something called understanding. What I'm giving to you here is not understanding. What I'm giving to you is knowledge. But in order for this knowledge to become a revelation, you need to get understanding. Unfortunately, men cannot give you this. I can give you knowledge. I can go and read a book. I can go and do my research and give you this. You can pay me and get this. But this, I don't give it. God does. Your belief system, your superior belief system about who God is in your life is what gives you this. So every single information that you're hearing from me today, you take this information, the notes, and every single thing you have written down, you take it to your room, and as you go down, you lay your hands on this book and you say, Father, may you give me understanding. That Cliff said a lot Father, the light component part. If you are somebody that you read your Bible verse a lot, have you ever read a Bible verse and you'd be like, oh, at the end of the day, what happened and so on and so forth, and I don't know. Oh, it's like the same Bible verse I read yesterday, I'm getting knowledge. No, you are getting understanding. Because now something has happened to you. God has done something to your mind to now understand. Now, when you get understanding, it now leads to revelation. Cliff, what do you mean? Imagine this beautiful light you guys are using to see me here. There is something called the switch. This switch is what turns the light on. If there is no bulb in the light, if I click on this switch, it wouldn't work. So the switch is the knowledge. The bulb is the understanding. The light that comes out of the bulb is revelation. Light. So one thing I want you guys to understand is this, is that I've given you the knowledge. Go and meditate upon the knowledge and derive understanding from it. When that understanding becomes clear and it does something to your perception, revelation comes out. That is it. So that is when now you wake up and say, okay, Cliff is always talking about affirmation. I am. I remember when we finished the influencers conference, somebody came to me and said, Cliff, I've heard about affirmation before, but today, thank you. I now understand what I am really means. I said, oh, now you do? I said, I will always now declare into my life, I am great. I am great. Something has happened to the person, perception. It is very important that you understand this, guys. So while you are living this live stream today, don't just go and think. Okay, no, meditate, take your time, use this weekend, all the information, come back again and watch this stream again, watch it again and again and again, trying to find that understanding component part for you. Some of you guys may be listening to me and what you need is emotional intelligence. Some of you need discipline. Some of you need something. Not everyone needs the same thing that I'm saying, but it will only come to you in an understanding when you sit down and meditate upon the information that I'm sharing with you. Guys, there is more we're going to do for the community. I'm super excited. You have no idea. But one thing that I will say for sure to you is that you need to understand that only growth only happens when you contact light. With that all being said, just let me know if you learned something. We're going to watch the video one more time again. Let me know if you learned something in the comment. I will go sit down and check the video, but I may not come back again onto the live stream. But I'm super happy and grateful you guys came, and I hope that you learned something today. Because of the technical difficulties, I didn't want it to take much more time, but I had to teach something at least, and I hope this did something for you. I will try to see the feedback from you guys, the community, subscribing, sharing, and every single thing. And then, if we need to do this more often, I will arrange a holistic structure of a Forex journey knowledge, and then you guys can learn and acquire some light from time to time again. With that all being said, my name is Cliff Cheqona. Thank you so much, guys, for hopping on, and then we out.
Drives trading success. Before we delve into this powerful discussion, it's only fitting that we take a moment to honor and introduce a man whose life's work has been to guide, uplift, and transform traders around the world. I'm talking about none other than Cliff Cheqona. Through God's grace, Cliff has reached across continents, speaking on television and radio stations worldwide, bringing wisdom and clarity to traders who are hungry for more than just technical strategies. Over the past 90 days, his influence has been felt far and wide, with his messages touching lives globally. Recently, Cliff was the keynote speaker at the Influencers Conference 2024, where he shared profound insights that went far beyond trading, reaching into the core of what it means to grow and succeed. Cliff's teachings are not just lessons, they're a movement. Some of his messages have gone viral, spreading across platforms and reaching millions. Our Instagram page alone connects with over 2.3 million traders globally, while our TikTok and YouTube communities continue to grow rapidly. This reach isn't just about numbers, it's about lives transformed and mindsets renewed. One of the most impactful moments came when Cliff gifted the community not one, but two powerful ebooks, First Steps to Financial Freedom and Psychology 101 for Beginners. These books were created to provide a foundation not only for financial success, but also for mental resilience. The feedback we've received has been overwhelming. These resources have equipped countless traders to take control of their financial futures and build the psychological strength needed to thrive. The mission Cliff has set before us is simple yet profound: to help traders undergo deep mental transformation. It's a vision where trading is more than numbers. It's a journey of self-discovery, discipline, and resilience. And every day, we see the fruits of this mission transformation in messages from traders around the world. Thank you, Cliff, for changing my trading mindset. I am surely meeting you one day. Thank you for this insight. I feel God used this to answer my questions and solve my problem. I'm new here, and I love the fact you are spiritually inclined. I'm glad to be where the top 1% are rising. God bless you, sir, for sharing the biggest secret with us. This outpouring of gratitude and transformation is nothing short of God's hand at work. For some, this vision might still be difficult to fully grasp, but as Cliff often says, in God's timing, everything will make sense. Today's discussion on edge versus psychology aligns perfectly with Cliff's vision. We're here to go beyond the technical, to understand what truly drives success in trading and life. So please join me in welcoming a leader, a mentor, and a man who has dedicated himself to transforming lives, Cliff Cheqona.